And purchasing units obviously just makes your army stronger very quickly. You can get a lot of powerful units on the field, such as samurai here, which are my unique unit. I love how they look. They're pretty badass. So you can get a lot of units very quickly. The third way that you can spend gold is to upgrade your units. And upgrading your units is a way to keep your military sort of up to date. So if you look right now, I have a little spearman, which is garrisoned inside the city here. So it's not doing much, it's just staying here, kind of keeping watch on the city. And I have here the upgrade unit button. The upgrade unit, first of all, it requires that the unit be inside your empire's borders. You cannot upgrade a unit if you're in another civ territory, or if you're in neutral territory. You can upgrade a unit if you're inside an allied city-state territory, though. I believe that is correct. And upgrading the unit costs gold, and it automatically takes the unit and upgrades it to the next unit type. So, for example, the spearman is the very basic anti-mounted unit, and the pikeman is the next one that's available in the medieval era. So the spearman's available in the ancient era. There's no anti-mounted unit in the classical era, but then one in the medieval era is the pikeman. So if I upgrade my spearman, it'll go transform itself into a pikeman, which is more powerful, still has that mounted bonus. So I'm going to do that. There we go. I now have my Japanese pikeman, which has 10 strength instead of 7, and it has still the same bonus versus mounted. And if my pikeman had any promotions, it would keep them. I'm going to get to promotions in a bit when I talk a little more about combat, but promotions are very interesting. Sorry. And if you have any unique units that have special abilities, like the samurai right here, you can see that this samurai has the Great General's 2 special ability. That is an ability that it gets just for being a samurai. It's not a promotion. It makes it so that combat is very likely to create a great general. If I upgrade my samurai to the next unit type, which I believe is going to be riflemen, so that's going to be during the Renaissance era or during the Industrial era, can't remember exactly, it'll keep that his promotion here, shock 1, and it will keep that special ability. So making unique units that have special abilities and then upgrading them is an excellent idea to kind of give your army an edge. And so let's see. So that's buying, and that's purchasing units and buildings. That's upgrading. The other things, though, if we look at our economy here, we have looked at income. So income comes from working tiles in cities and from trade routes. You can also get gold from trading with other civilizations. So, for example, I have 2 instances. Let's say I decide to call up Suleiman, and I say, hey, Suleiman.
Selamlar.
Yeah, same thing to you. I'm going to trade. I have some luxury resources here. Let's say I don't want my marble, for example. I don't need it. My empire's happy enough. What would you give me for this marble? I could ask him to give me, for example, some gold per turn. For example, 5 gold per turn. And then that would get added to my economy. It would last 30 turns. So it would be 5 gold per turn for 30 turns, so the equivalent of 150 gold. But it would be displayed here. It would actually be displayed in my income tab. The expenses, though, because it's not all about making gold. It's also about spending gold, and you spend gold every turn from a few sources. I could also ask Suleiman for some of his resources. So I could ask him, hey, you have some cotton. I want that cotton. If I give you 5 gold per turn, will you give me that cotton, for example? That could be an expense. Then my income would shrink to plus 61 per turn because I'm spending some on getting that resource from Suleiman. And so you can use that. You can use your gold in trade either to get gold or to spend gold, and you can use it to get resources. You can use it to open borders with other civilization leaders. I'm going to get to diplomacy next, but so that's just a quick overview. I can also, you're also going to spend gold on the units that you have. So every military unit that you have in the field costs gold per turn to maintain. So if you are finding that you are getting bankrupt, you're losing gold, or you're very close to losing gold, first of all, take a look at how many units you have. And if you have too many of them, you can just get rid of them. You can actually delete units. I have to select a unit though that hasn't done anything this turn, such as this warrior. If you click here on the additional actions, you can see here there's a button called delete the unit. So if you, first of all, if you delete it and it's inside your territory, the unit will give you back some gold. It kind of gives back some of its equipment. And it will boost your income because then you're going to spend less on unit maintenance because you have kind of removed that unit from your army. The other expenses I have right now, aside from unit maintenance, is building maintenance. So building buildings in your cities also costs gold per turn to maintain. So for example, this barracks here is 1 gold. This Coliseum here is 3 gold. It's a lot more expensive. Grenadier is 1 gold, Monument is 1 gold, and the watermill here is 2 gold. So same thing again, if you have a lot of gold income, you can kind of afford to build lots of buildings to improve your cities, to get them, you know, more production, to make it so that the units that they produce have more XP. And on the other hand, if you are very poor, if you're losing gold, or if you're very close to losing gold, you kind of have to cut back on making buildings. It wouldn't be really, really good right now to make, for example, an armory. Armory adds even more XP to my land units when I make them, except it's 3 maintenance. If I were really poor, I might not be able to afford that armory, and so I have to kind of cut back on it. If I'm playing a very military game, I want that buildings. I want my units to come out very experienced. I want them to have those promotions, and so that would kind of block me. And let's see, so that was trades. That I've spoken about the golden ages already. And so the question is, well, how do you get more gold? Because that's very important to beef up your golden input so that you can then use that gold. Well, the first way to get gold is to get a lot of golden ages. If you get a lot of golden ages, you are going to get a lot of gold very quickly. So keeping your population happy and then getting golden ages either from social policies or from great people is going to boost your gold. Great people are special units that come around once in a while, depending on how cultured your civilization is. Won't go into them during this video. It'll be material for the next video. And there's a couple of policies and policy tracks that are going to unlock golden ages for you. So for example, in the piety track here, you can get the policy reformation, which gives you an immediate 6-turn golden age. And rationalism here, when you unlock this branch, gives you a 5-turn golden age. You can also build the Taj Mahal wonder, which will give you I want to say it's an 8-turn golden age, but I can't remember exactly. I wonder if there's a way to find out. Well, let's see. There's a big button here that says help. Let's click on that. This is the Civilopedia. If you're ever stuck for anything, you want to know what something does, a unit, an improvement, a building, whatever, you can click on help here or press F1. This will bring up the Civilopedia. And then if you type here, Taj Mahal, it'll bring you exactly to the page that describes whatever you're looking for. So I'm looking for the Taj Mahal. It brings me here. It says it immediately it makes my empire enter a golden age. It requires the printing press technology. It gives me some great artist points. It gives me one culture, and it costs 600 hammers to produce, which is a lot. And there's this little flavor text here that the notes that kind of describes the wonder. And so if you're ever looking for anything, look here at the Civilopedia. There's a lot of info here. I mean, there's just like, if you go to the game concept page, there's like all this stuff here. You do not need to go through this to be able to play the game. Just watch my videos, that'll be enough. But yeah, I mean, this the Civilopedia is chock full of info about everything: social policies, terrain and features, resources, improvements. There's just so much stuff. So yeah, use it. So Golden Age is one of the main ways to get extra gold. A couple of other ways. First of all, make sure you connect your cities with roads. That'll give you trade routes, and the bigger your cities get, the more gold you get from trade routes. Building cities near luxury resources is also a very good way to get extra gold, because all luxury resources give you bonus gold. So I have my wine, I have my incense here, and then I have incense here with dyes here near Edinburgh, and here I have I don't have anything near Tokyo, and I don't have anything near here. But this one here would give me bonus gold, as would those furs here. So make sure you create your cities within range of being able to work a luxury resource, and you'll get a lot of gold. There's other tiles that give you a lot of gold. So anything near next to a river gives you gold. Lake tiles are very good to give you 2 gold and 2 food. So lakes such as this, and coastal tiles are also kind of good. They don't give you as much food as land tiles, but building a coastal city will give you more gold, because all tiles give you 1 gold usually, and then 2 gold because I'm in a golden age. So those are also very good. Those tiles here, this is a natural wonder. Natural wonders are special tiles. They don't give you any food, but they give you a lot of production and a lot of gold. And natural wonders also give you permanent happiness when you discover them. So if you're just running around the map at the beginning of the game with your scout, when you discover a tile that has a natural wonder on it, it permanently increases the happiness. So if you look here near the bottom, it says that I'm getting 2 happiness from the discovery of natural wonders. So there's one here, there's Old Faithful, and then there's another one somewhere. Can't quite remember where it is. There we go here. The Grand Mesa is also giving me 1 permanent happiness. And I'm sure there's more. They can be also located in the ocean. There can be like the Great Barrier Reef or something like that. And those natural wonders give you permanent happiness. And they give you a lot of gold when you work them, when they're within your city's working range. So you can see here 3 hammer, 4 gold for that city. That's pretty good. The range, by the way, for a city. Every tile within a range of 3 hexes of a city tile can be worked by the city's citizens. So 1, 2, 3, that's the max. Your empire's borders, though, can expand further than that. So, for example, Kyoto's getting a lot of culture. Eventually, it will unlock all those tiles within a 3 tile radius, but it's going to keep getting culture after that, and it will continue to unlock tiles further than that 3 tile radius, but the workers of Kyoto itself will not be able to work those tiles. So when you're building a city, you want to look for resources and tiles within a 3 tile radius. You want to, because those will be the ones that you'll have access to. And when you build a city, I mean, if you go by that 3 hex rule, it'll mean that you wouldn't want any other city to be within a less than 6 tiles of another city, because then it would mean that they would share some tiles. The problem is, I mean, if you go by that, you'll have to spread your cities very far, and second of all, the cities are never going to get a population large enough to work all those tiles. If you look right now, I have a population of 12, and there's plenty of tiles that are not being worked right now. And moreover, Osaka here and Kyoto are sharing some tiles here, but they're sharing desert, and desert kind of sucks. So it doesn't really matter that they share those tiles, because if you look 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, they're kind of sharing those tiles here and that one, that hill here, but that's not a big deal, because desert here isn't very productive in the first place. So usually what I look for when I'm settling cities, I'm not looking for the 6 tile, I'm looking for anywhere between 3 and 5 tiles of distance between my cities. Here between Osaka and Tokyo, I have 1, 2, 3, 4 tiles. That's not too bad. It's very fertile land here, so it's kind of bad. If I could have been able to, I would have moved Tokyo a little further, but I wanted to have it here, kind of closer, in a very defensible position, because having the natural wonder here makes it a very defensible position. Units can't move on top of a natural wonder, so if anyone wanted to attack Tokyo here, they'd have to go up this way or go up this way, but those bottlenecks would be very easy to defend. So let's see, that's gold, that's making gold. The other way that you can make gold, obviously, is to build improvements that increase gold. So building plantations or other improvements on top of luxury resources will help you, and building trading posts will also boost the gold of a city, of that tile. City trading posts don't give you anything else, so they don't give you bonus food, they don't give you bonus hammer. There is a policy later on in rationalism, which is, let me see, right here, free thought, +2 science from every trading post. If you're kind of aiming for a lot of science, that can eventually make your trading posts better, but they are not that good at the beginning of the game. I much prefer to focus on farming, and then eventually lumber mills to kind of sort of balance all the food that I'm getting here with extra production. So my citizens are growing because of all this farmland, and then eventually I'm getting bonus production from all the lumber mills here. That's sort of my game plan. I've made a couple of trading posts here just to showcase them, but I don't have many trading posts around. I have a couple here, like in those plains and in this desert here, but if you look, this desert is generating 3 gold and nothing else, which is nothing amazing.